we finally reached a point in the atmosphere, if you will, in the ether, that the technology to encrypt and decrypt data has become very small. It's cheap, now it can be at the chip level. We don't have very big, bulky, expensive things. We have a macro climate where everybody understands what cybersecurity is and they need to protect the data. And so this is where I think we're going to see a tremendous growth in where encryption goes. And for me, I think over the next 3 to 5 years, we use a term attribute barrier, and that is encryption needs to cross this barrier that has to do with attributes. Who's using it, where are they using it, why are they using it, how do I identify the user of that, and can I federate or transfer that security level of acknowledgement to another entity or device? So we think that's the next 3 to 5 years to really get encryption used adoption for a lot of elements. After that, we think this concept we call the encryption horizon, which I think is not that we're going towards it, it's coming to us faster than we can think. And that's where you have a micro level client that is really the machine or the Internet of Things communicating with each other. So you'll have a lot of direct, discrete kinds of things for the delivery. So you need encryption in the microchip level. It needs to be high frequency transactions, low latency, and it has to be a really reflective cost. If it's going to be in the street lamps or in your refrigerator or in your 20 of them in your car, and we think that's where the market is ready to go. So we need to trust where our information, where our identities, and where our storage, and what are the relationships we have. And I think one of the real pillars to getting trust is using encryption and these technologies out across the industry that we work in. I think the most egregious hack that's happened, it's not the Target, it's not Home Depot, it's not JP Morgan, it's been the attack on the nation's Office of Personnel Management. This has all the information for every person in the military, all the secure, sensitive, whether you think it's spook or whatever, and spy community. But when they do that, it's all the credentials and everybody they know, everything they know about them, their personalities, behavior, their families, their work history. It's an incredible loss to this country. But from a real scale effort, that was the thing that really tipped the balance. So I think there'll be a huge amounts of not only policy, regulation, mandates, and commercial entities that now realize it's not just that they can suffer the loss of 7% or 14% on consumer debt loss or credit card. They now realize their entire business operations is at risk.